I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Much appreciated. Okay, so this is a created franchise called The Avengers. I would love for you to imagine that the actors from the Marvel Cinematic Universe played some sort of celebrity baseball game against the legends of the major leagues past and present. Bam! The Outlander show. Loyal. Thank you so much, sir, for being here for me. This is Avengers Baseball. As you can see on the screen, the Avengers have taken the place of the San Diego Padres in the National League West. They're now in second place behind the Los Angeles Dodgers. Game and a half out. It's only the first week of May. Let's drop into the calendar and see where we are. We're in the middle of a 3-game set at St. Louis. First 2 games belong to the Hollywood Avengers, 6-4 and 4-1. Let's jump in and try to get those brooms out. A few organizations' games. Samuel L. Jackson. Damn, the Outlanders have lost their first game last night. Can't go 162-0. Well, no, you cannot, sir. That is an unrealistic expectation. You're going to lose a lot, and it's going to be frustrating. Preceding games will be simulated. Do you want to continue? Yes. Play full game. We are the away team at Busch Stadium. Here's Busch Stadium. Let's go. Samuel L. Jackson, also known as Nick Fury in the Marvel Universe. Everybody looks good. You know what? Everybody's going to play. Let's rock and roll. Avengers lead the series 2-0. Get the brooms out. And here are the starting lineups while I sip my iced coffee. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Much appreciated. Also, if you have time, check out the Outlanders channel, YouTube channel. They're very good. Lots of fun stuff there, too. Welcome to Busch Stadium as the Avengers visit the St. Louis Cardinals here for this afternoon ball game. On the mound is Luis Severino. He's making his 8th start of the season. His record is 2-3 with a 5.18 earned run average. And leading off for the Avengers is the Falcon, also known as Captain America. If you've seen, well, that's a spoiler, so I'll shut up. Anthony Mackie, the Falcon, hitting .301. Inside, down and in, ball 1. First pitch of the ball game. Cardinals are 3 games under 500, 4th place in the National League Central Division. That's David Fletcher at second, Tyler Naquin in center. 1-0 count on Anthony Mackie to lead off the ball game. Pulls it. Foul. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. 77 degrees. Partly cloudy. Beautiful May afternoon for baseball. Here comes the pitch from Severino. Outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Luis Severino is a member of the New York Yankees in real life. He's a journeyman. Not so good. But hey. Checks his swing inside. Hitters count 3 balls and 1 strike. He's a major leaguer. I mean, better than I can say, that's for sure. Here it comes. Grounds it up the first base line. And it is a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Mackie. And he pops it up in the infield. Third baseman makes the catch for the first out of the ball game. Fletcher's the third baseman today, pardon me. Starting lineup for the Hollywood Avengers. Anthony Mackie's at short. Tom Holland's at second. Robert Downey Jr. is at first. Chris Evans is the catcher. Chadwick Boseman at third. Don Cheadle in center. Mark Ruffalo is the DH. Idris Elba's in left. And Dave Bautista, batting ninth, is in right field. Tom Holland, 388, 6 homers, 30 runs batted in. Spider-Man steps up with 1 out. Swing and a miss over the top of the slider. Strike 1. So far, the best hitter on the ball club is Tom Holland, Spider-Man, at least in the first month of the season. Pitch is high. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. High, 2 balls, 1 strike. Checks a swing, pitches outside. Again, another hitter's count. 3 balls and 1 strike. Iron Man is on deck. 1 away here in the top of the first. In your opinion, would it be a good... What would be a good... And he pops it up to shallow center field. In races the right fielder to make the catch. There are 2 away. In your opinion, what would be a good middle reliever, or at least 2 good middle relievers? That's where we failed last night in the game. I don't know. It's a good question. Iron Man steps to the plate, 2 outs in the top of the first. Good middle reliever. Let me think about it. Line drive to center. There is Naquin. He makes the catch, or perhaps Charlie Ashford. But so half inning gone by here at Busch Stadium. It's the Avengers nothing. The St. Louis Cardinals come into bat. Good middle reliever. Adam Ottavino. It's pretty good. Sam Jackson making his 8th start of the season. He's 2-4 with a 4.29 ERA. Leading off is that center fielder, Richie Ashburn. 196, no homers, 7 runs batted in. Here comes the first pitch from Nick Fury. That's a line drive. Racing in is Batista. He makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 away. Who else? Starting lineup for the St. Louis Cardinals. Richie Ashburn's in center. David Fletcher is at third. Edgar Martinez at first. Gary Sheffield's in right. Francisco Lindor is the shortstop. Tyler Naquin's in left. Kevin Newman at second. Chris Iannetta is the catcher, and batting ninth and DHing is Nick Ahmed. LOL, I got Caleb Smith, but he's a starter. That's funny. Well, the other guy is Jesse Biddle. Jesse Biddle's a left-hander in there, strike 1. He was really good for me as a left-handed reliever. So that was count as 0-1 on David Fletcher, hitting .237 on the season. Swing and a miss in front of the cut fastball, strike 2. Count as no balls and 2 strikes. Pops him up. Captain America jumps out of his crouch. He can do this all day. He makes the catch. Foul territory for the second out. Chris Evans does the job. Edgar Martinez, the first baseman, hitting .236, 7 homers, 16 runs batted in, and he carries a 9-game hitting streak into this contest. Comes the pitch from Sam Jackson. Just misses with the knuckle curve. Ball 1. Fouls off the 2-seam fastball down the first base line. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Little late on the fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Edgar Martinez. Edgar in real life played for the Seattle Mariners. Third baseman, mostly a DH. Great hitter. Swing and a miss out in front of the breaking ball. 4 strike 3. The side is retired. So after 1 inning of play here at Busch Stadium, there's no score. So we go to the top of the second. Up steps Captain America. .339, 4 homers, 15 runs batted in. Switch hitter batting from the left side. Also known as Chris Evans. And he swings at the first pitch and again pops it up to the infield. Fletcher races towards the mound, makes the catch for out number 1. Severino seems to be on the ball. Defense for the Cardinals in the outfield from left to right is Tyler Naquin, Richie Ashburn, Gary Sheffield. And in the infield is Fletcher, Lindor, Newman, Martinez, and Chris Iannetta behind home plate. That is the St. Louis Cardinals defense. So next up is the late, great Chadwick Boseman. .325, 3 homers, 12 runs batted in. Pitches outside, ball 1. Unless you're living under a rock, you're aware that Chadwick is no longer with us. Fell to victim to colon cancer. Easy play for the first baseman Martinez. Takes it himself for the second out. In my game, Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther, forever. Next up is Don Cheadle, War Machine, center fielder, 342, 4 homers, 20 runs batted in. 2 outs, top of the second. High strike, but a strike nonetheless. Count as no balls and 1 strike. Gets him inside, ties him up with the breaking ball. Count as quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Cheadle. James Rhodes in the Marvel Universe. Outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Outside corner, caught him looking for strike 3, sides retired. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Severino. After 1.5 innings of baseball, still no score. We go to the bottom of the second. Up steps Gary Sheffield, the right fielder for the Cardinals, hitting .248. 2 homers, 11 runs batted in. Here comes the pitch from Nick Fury. Breaking ball finds the corner, strike 1. Kristen with a K. Baseball, yes indeed. Thank you so much for joining the stream. I am RC Robbin. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Oh, that's a deep one. Back goes the center fielder looking up. It's gone. That's a solo home run from Gary Sheffield, home run number 3 on the season. And just like that, here after only 2 innings, the Cardinals have an early 1-0 lead. Ooh. So fireworks going off in Busch Stadium. Here's the replay. Bang. Projected 421 feet to left center field. So next up is Francisco Lindor, hitting .307, 8 homers, 19 runs batted in. He is a switch hitter batting from the right side against the lefty, Nick Fury. Fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. Late on the fastball, fouls it off, counts quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Lindor. In real life, Francisco Lindor plays for the New York Mets. Signed a huge contract in the offseason. Again, late on the breaking ball this time. Count remains the same. So it's a 1-0 lead for St. Louis against the Marvel Universe. Playing a charity baseball game. Swing and a miss. Out in front of the breaking ball, strike 3. And that's the first out of the bottom of the second inning. Next up is the center fielder Tyler Naquin, hitting .245, a homer, 10 RBIs. Here comes the pitch from Sam Jackson. In there, strike 1. In case you're new to the stream, I play every inning of every game when I do a created franchise. I hit, I pitch, I field. I do not run the bases. I find it annoying. On the ground to the right side, Robert Downey Jr. takes it himself to the bag for the second out of the inning. I play on All-Star, hitting and pitching, just for accountability's sake. And once a game, I go over here to gameplay, and I show hitting difficulty All-Star, pitching difficulty All-Star. I do that once a game, just in case people wonder, oh, he won 10 games in a row, he must have put it down to rookie. No, I don't. I play with whatever. I play on All-Star. Is it the most difficult setting? No, it is not. But it makes me happy. It's right there in the middle. Kevin Newman takes a strike. Count as no balls and 1 strike. 2 away here in the top of the second. Here comes the pitch from Nick Fury. Knuckleball floats in there high. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Let's try this. And he pops it up. Racing in is Robert Downey Jr. to make the catch and retire the side. But Gary Sheffield puts a run on the board. At the end of 2 innings of play, it's the Cardinals 1, the Avengers 0. So we're going to go to the top of the third. Up steps Mark Ruffalo, hitting .315, 7 homers, 27 runs batted in. We are in the first week of May. Mark Ruffalo plays the Incredible Hulk in the Marvel Universe. And he hits a drive to right center field. It looks like it's going to one hop to the fence. Rounding first and heading to second. He's slowpoke, but he's rounding second, heading to third. Throw to third is not in time. It's a leadoff triple for the Hulk. Hulk smash. That's his second triple of the season.
Number 63.
Watch the replay. Thought it might go over the fence, but it didn't. Next up is Idris Elba, 265, 2 homers, 15 RBIs. He plays Hemidall in the Marvel Universe. Pitch is outside, ball 1. Runner at third, nobody out, so he can possibly score without the benefit of a base hit. Let's see what happens. Outside, count is 2 balls and no strikes to Elba. Runner leads off third. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. And it's a bloop to right. It's in there. He has trouble picking up the ball. It's a wild throw to the plate. So it's an RBI single for Idris Elba, and the ball game is tied at 1 here. Certainly. Next up is Drax the Destroyer. Dave Bautista is slumping in his last handful of games, but overall he's hitting .297, 5 homers, 17 runs batted in. Runner at first, nobody out here in the top of the third. It's a 1-1 ball game here at Busch Stadium. Inside. Don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you, Mr. Outlander. And for those of you watching the stream, you should also check out the Outlander show. He's got some great streams over there as well. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Already done it. Biz Big Boy, thank you so much for hitting that like button. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. 2 balls and no strikes to Dave Bautista. Chases a slider with a 2-0 pitch. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. If you're unaware, Dave Bautista was a former WWE professional wrestler before he became an actor. Swing done, Kristen with a K. Thank you, Kristen. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Idris Elba leads off first. Outs. Oh! Ho, ho, ho. Batista, he's going to body slam you. It's a called third strike. Let's look at the location of this pitch. I don't know. That looks outside to me, but according to the home plate umpire, that's out number 1. So next up is the leadoff man. The lineup turns over Anthony Mackie, the Falcon. I'm not going to do any spoilers, but if you watch Disney Plus, he may not be the Falcon anymore, but I'll just keep my mouth shut. Again, another high and outside pitch called a strike by the home plate umpire. Count is no balls and 1 strike to Anthony Mackie. Runner leads off first. Big lead at first. Outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside corner, 1-2. He is right on that edge. Pitch is low, throw down to second is not in time. It is a stolen base for Idris Elba. Here's the replay. Really just stole it on Severino. No good throw from Chris Iannetta, but just, you know, if you're halfway to second base by the time the ball gets to home plate, there's really not much you can do. Runner in scoring position with 1 out, 2-2 count. Yanks it down the first base. Oh, into the seats. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Runner at second. Tie ball game here in the top of the 3rd inning. Here comes the pitch from Severino. And this one is deep, but curling out of play. It is through. A base hit. Rounding third and heading home is Elba. Throw to the plate will be up the line. It's an RBI single by, he can cut the check. Cut the check. It's 2-1 Avengers. Pitching coach comes out to have a conversation with Severino, kind of calm him down. Next up is Tom Holland, also known as Spider-Man in the Marvel Universe. I tuned in. That's a line drive, base hit, and the runner is going to make a turn at third and heading home. It's going to be an RBI double. He's not even going to make the throw. It's an RBI double by Spider-Man, and the score is now 3-1 on Tom Holland's 10th double of the season. Welcome to the stream, Wicked Quixotic. I tuned in right as that score flipped. Yes, you did, because you, Wicked Quixotic, are my good luck charm. I will hear nothing of it. You are the official good luck charm. Next up is Robert Downey Jr., runner at second, 1 out here in the top of the third. 3-1 lead for the Avengers. Pitches on that outside corner, wide strike zone from the umpire today. Count is no balls and 1 strike. RDJ flew out in the first. He's 0 for 1. And it's a grounder to the second baseman, throws to first in time, and there's 2 away. Runner moves to third, which is Tom Holland. So 3-1 lead for the MCU. With 2 outs, up steps Chris Evans, the catcher, Captain America. We can call him Steve Rogers because it may be disputable as to who Captain America is. Pitches low, 1 ball, no strikes. Spoilers, I got to stop it with the spoilers. People, you have to watch Disney Plus. It's great. Watch Falcon and Winter Soldier on Disney Plus. So Steve Rogers is at the plate. Count is 1 ball and no strikes. And that's a hard line drive, which may be caught at the warning track to retire the side. So, 2.5 innings played here in Busch Stadium. They score 2 runs. No, check that. 3 runs cross the plate. And the Hollywood Avengers lead 3-1. Heidi Watney, our sideline reporter, we apologize. There seems to be something wrong with your microphone. We're going to have to send a technician down there to check that out. We apologize. Leading off here in the bottom of the third is the number 9 hitter, Chris Iannetta. He's hitting .344, 5 homers, 9 runs batted in. Sam Jackson sets and delivers. Misses high with the breaking ball.
Ball 1, no strike.
In there with the cut fastball, strike 1. She has the same issue in 2021, LOL. Hey, Outlander, what's good? Misses low, count is 2 balls and no strikes. Late on the cut fastball, count is 2 balls and 2 strikes on Iannetta. That's a line drive headed towards the right center field gap, and it will roll all the way to the wall. Don Cheadle picks it up, tosses it in, but by the time he does, it'll be a leadoff double for the catcher here in the top of the third inning. It's his 4th double of the season. Oof. So the lineup turns over for the St. Louis Cardinals. Up steps Nick Ahmed. No, I'm sorry. Nick Ahmed is the number 9 hitter. He's hitting .254, 3 homers, 7 runs batted in. He is the DH today. Chris Iannetta is the number 8 hitter. In there, strike 1. Misses with the 2-seam fastball. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. And he's late on the knuckleball. Count is 1 and 2. Inside, count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner in second in scoring position. Nobody out. It's a 3-1 lead for the Avengers here in the bottom of the third. Avengers have won the first 2 games of this 3-game series. They're looking for the sweep. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and there's 1 out here in the bottom of the third. That's the 3rd strikeout for Nick Fury. Let's look at the location. Yeah, it was there. Just couldn't put the bat on the ball. So leading off is Richie Ashburn. He lined out in the first, 0 for 1. Misses outside, ball 1. So this is Avengers baseball. I don't skip innings. I don't simulate games. I play the whole thing. Lazy fly ball, foul territory for strike number 1. This is game number 37. The Avengers are 23 and 13. They're a game and a half behind the Los Angeles Dodgers in the National League West. Hitters count, 3 balls, 1 strike to Ashburn. Strike 1, check that, strike 2, hitters. So now the hitters count becomes a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the payoff pitch. Gets a bat on it, and the at-bat will continue. It's all good, man. It's all good, man. We are still learning our lineup, and Paul only gets to play when he's at my house. You just started. You have plenty of time. And that's a line drive. Racing over is Dave Bautista to make the catch for out number 2. Nice play in right field by Drax, the Destroyer.
Now batting, third baseman.
Next up is the third baseman, David Fletcher. Popped out in the first. He is 0 for 1. He's going to need a hit to drive in that runner from second. Out in front of the knuckler. Strike 1. And that is a lazy fly ball to right. There is Bautista to retire the side. So, no runs, 1 hit, 1 left on at the end of 3 innings of play here at Busch Stadium. It's a 3-1 lead for the MCU Avengers. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for showing up. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Leading off in the bottom of the 4th is the late, great Chadwick Boseman. He's grounded out in the second. He is 0 for 1. Pops it up, right side, in play for Martinez. 1 pitch, 1 away. Not gonna lie, it was a surprise we won 2 games in a row. Crazy. They went to extra innings though. I have to say, I'm glad you brought that up. I do not like the new extra innings rule in baseball at all, where they drop a runner at second base in the 10th inning. There's a part of me that doesn't want to buy the new game just for that reason. I don't like it. Don Cheadle is up. Don Cheadle swings at the first pitch. Lazy fly ball to center. Ashburn is there. 2 pitches, 2 away here in the top of the 4th. Don't like it at all. That is a horrible rule. Pitch speed comparison. Brought to you by the Outlander Show. Sam Jackson is trailing behind Luis Severino, 99 to 95. But Sam Jackson's winning 3 to 1, so who cares how fast you throw? Ooh, that's a weird rule. Yeah, I don't like it, Wicked. I don't like it. You know, I've had some really great extra inning games. There's something about it that seems artificial, that you're going to just arbitrarily take a base runner and throw him at second base after the 10th inning when you start. It just doesn't feel like baseball to me. Pitch is low to Mark Ruffalo, the Incredible Hulk, ball 1. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't even like the rule in this game where if I bring in a relief pitcher, pitches outside, count is 2 balls and no strikes to the Incredible Hulk. I don't like the rule where I bring in a relief pitcher and I can't do matchups and I can't throw one hitter. I have to keep the relief pitcher in. Ground ball to the shortstop, Lindor fields it, fires to first. The side is retired. I will continue with my conversation through the commercial. It's a 3-1 lead at the end of 3.5. So I bring in a reliever and he has to pitch 3 batters. I should be able to match lefty, lefty, righty, righty. I should be able to make as many pitching changes as I want. This is blasphemy. So anyway, we're in the bottom of the 4th. It's a 3-1 lead for the Avengers. Up steps Edgar Martinez. Here comes the pitch from Sam Jackson. I mean, I don't want to sound like one of these old traditionalists. I wonder if I could take that off because I don't like it either. Well, you know what? That's the first question I'm going to ask you when I see you next time on your stream. Because if you're able to take off that setting, that's one of the first things I would do once I get MLB The Show 21. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Martinez. And that's a deep drive to center. Back goes War Machine. Cheadle makes the catch for out number 1. Gary Sheffield, responsible for St. Louis's only run. He had a solo home run in his first at-bat. Steps up for at-bat number 2. Here comes the pitch from Sam Jackson. At the knees, strike 1. 65.6 wins against replacement. It's one of those new stats. Actually, now that I've kind of understand it, I do kind of like it a little bit. Ground ball to the shortstop. He can do this all day. No, cut the check. That's Anthony Mackie, throws him out for out number 2. Anthony Mackie's catchphrase is cut the check. And there's 2 away. So next up is the switch hitter, Francisco Lindor, hitting from the right side against the lefty, Nick Fury. He's 0 for 1. He struck out in the second. Here comes the pitch.
That's a ball.
Knuckle curve floats in there. Called a ball by the home plate umpire. Count is 1 ball and no strikes. At the knees with the cut fastball. Count evens at 1-1. Welcome to the stream. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Bloop to center field. Racing in is Don Cheadle. He makes the catch for the final out of the inning. So, after 4 innings of baseball here at Busch Stadium, it's the Avengers 3, the St. Louis Cardinals 1. Welcome to the stream. So we go to the top of the 5th. Up steps Idris Elba. Idris has an RBI single. He is 1 for 1. Leading off, Idris plays Hemidall in the Marvel Universe. Down and in, ball 1. Chases a slider off the plate. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Elba. Way out in front of the changeup. Count is 1-2. 3-1 lead for the MCU. This is the 3rd game of a 3-game set on the road for the Avengers. They've won the first 2, looking for the sweep. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Thank you for joining the stream. Much appreciated. Pops it up in the infield. Out of his crouch is Iannetta. Makes the catch for out number 1. Next up is Drax the Destroyer, also known as Dave Bautista. He struck out in the 3rd. He's 0 for 1. He's 1 for 9 in this 3-game series so far. Severino sets and delivers. Pops it upstairs behind home plate. Strike 1 on Dave. Looking forward to that Netflix movie from Zack Snyder that's got Dave Bautista in it, called Army of the Dead. And that's a shallow fly ball to left. Makes the catch for out number 2. Tyler Naquin is in left field today. So, leadoff man steps up again for this 3rd plate appearance. Anthony Mackie has an RBI single today. He's 1 for 2. Pitch is high, but called a strike by the home plate umpire. Count is 0-1. Out in front of the changeup. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Severino's pitching a good game. He's on the losing end of a 3-1 contest, but he's pitching well. Ground ball through the box. Ground ball with eyes, and the inning will continue. It's a 2-out single. No! He decides to run to second foolishly, and the side is retired. So, 4.5 gone by here at Busch Field. It's a 3-1 lead for the Avengers. What a dumb decision by the Falcon. Or is he still the Falcon? I won't say. People have to... Oh, again, we go down to Heidi Watney, our sideline reporter, and again, there seems to be something wrong with her microphone. We do apologize. We're going to send a technician down there to check that out, but in the meantime, we go to the plate. It's the bottom of the 5th. Left fielder Tyler Naquin steps up. He grounded out in the 2nd. He's 0 for 1. Pitch from Sam Jackson. In there, strike 1.
1 for count.
Misses with the cut fastball. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Tried to put an eye patch on Sam Jackson. Unfortunately, the game would not let me do it. Go figure. Misses low with the breaking ball. 2 balls and 1 strike to Naquin. Swing and a miss at the fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just gets a piece of the 2-seamer. Count remains 2-2. Grounder to third. Black Panther fields, fires, and there's 1 away. Kevin Newman. He's 1 for 7 in the series. He popped out in the 2nd inning. He steps up. 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th. Knuckler floats in there for strike 1. Misses with the 2-seamer outside. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. High and tight, 2-1. Just gets a piece of the curveball. Count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases empty, bottom of the 5th. 3-1 lead for the Avengers here at Busch Stadium. And it is a base hit to right field. 1 out single for Newman. And the Cardinals have a base runner.
Now batting, the catcher, Chris Iannetta.
Number 9, check that, number 8 hitter. I keep making that mistake. Chris Iannetta batting 8th in today's lineup. Has a double. Screwball in there, strike 1. Two-seam fastball. Quickly, there are 2 strikes on Iannetta. And it's a short pop-up to right center field. Batista makes the catch for out number 2.
Up next for the Cardinals, the designated hitter.
The number 9 hitter, DH Nick Ahmed. And you're wondering, why in the National League are they using DHs? Well, in this created franchise, I put all of the legendary players in with the Major League players. And I thought with that much talent on the rosters, throw to second is not in time. It's a 2-out steal for Naquin. Caught me napping. Caught me doing play-by-play. So now there's a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Count is 1-0 on Nick Ahmed. With all of that extra talent, with all the legendary players, it didn't make sense to have them in the minor leagues. So I put the DH across the board so that all that extra legendary power could find its way into major league lineups. If you're a purist that doesn't like the DH, I do apologize. I grew up a New York Yankees fan. Don't leave me. Some of you hate the Yankees and now you're about to disappear from the stream. I apologize. Deep drive, left center field, racing over is Don Cheadle. He is there to make the catch to retire the side. So they strand the runner at second. It's an official ball game, 5 innings complete. The Avengers lead 3-1. So we go to the top of the 6th. Up steps Tom Holland, who plays Spider-Man in the Marvel Universe this week. And he has an RBI double. It's 1 for 2. Inside, off the plate, ball 1. Slider off the plate. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. (3-0). Will he have the green light on 3 balls and no strikes? No, he will not. I do not swing on 3-0. Don't do it. I would rather take a pitch, get the walk, like that, like so. So he walks the leadoff man. There's a 2-run lead, and to start off the top of the 6th, he walks the first man he faces. That will give managers and pitching coaches acid indigestion all around the league. To the point where they say, that's it, I've seen enough of you. Manager of the Cardinals comes out to the mound and asks for the left-hander.
Your attention, please.
In relief comes Donnie Hart. He's pitched in 13 games out of the bullpen. His record is 0-2 with a 12.51 earned run average. Ooh, he has been knocked around. Up steps Tony Stark, who's 0 for 2 today. Robert Downey Jr. Runner at first, nobody out. Here comes the pitch from Hart. Oh, it hits off the midsection, throws to second for 1, back to first, not in time. It's a fielder's choice, out at second. And the trainer is out of the dugout and examining the finger of Donnie Hart. The initial diagnosis is that the finger is not broken, but Hart will still be in a fair bit of pain. On the trainer's advice, Hart will need to be removed from this game. So, it was a short outing for Donnie Hart. In comes Oliver Drake, who's making his 21st appearance out of the bullpen. His record is 1-0 with a 2.49 earned run average. Up next is Captain America, or Steve Rogers, as I have to remember to call him now in the Marvel Universe. Steve Rogers is up. He's 0 for 2. Runner at first is Robert Downey Jr. 1 away here in the top of the 6th. Fouls off the high fastball, strike 1. Steve Rogers, Steve Rogers, Steve Rogers. In the dirt, blocked nicely by Iannetta, no advance on the bases. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside, 2-1. Chris Evans is a switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty Drake. In the dirt, knocked away, nice recovery by Chris Iannetta. Hitters count, 3 balls and 1 strike to Evans. Runner leads off first, 1 out. Late on the 95-mile-an-hour fastball, the count will go full, 3-2. Will the runner be in motion with 1 out? I highly doubt it. No, not a lot of speed over there at first base. And he fouled the splitter back behind home plate. The count will remain full, 3-2. Grounder up the first base line. It is a foul ball, and we'll do it again. Just gets a piece of the split finger fastball to stay alive. This is pitch number 9 on its way from Drake. Late on the fastball, pitch number 10 is on its way. Oliver Drake, not Drake, in case you're wondering. And that is a bloop base hit to center field. It drops in there. It'll be runners at first and second now with only 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Here's the replay.
Number 20.
Next up is Chadwick Boseman, T'Challa. The bullpen is active for the Cardinals. 2 right-handers warming up. Chadwick is 0 for 2. Grounds it up the third baseline. Is a foul ball. Strike 1. Runners at first and second. Here comes the pitch. Checks his swing. Fastball is low. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike to Boseman. Two balls and 1 strike. Chases a high fastball, count evens at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 runners on, 1 away here on the top of the 6th. 3-1 lead for the Avengers. Here comes the pitch from Drake. And that's a pop-up to the left side. Out goes Fletcher. Makes the catch for the 2nd out. So next up is War Machine, James Rhodes. Don Cheadle is 0 for 2. 2 runners on, 2 away here in the top of the 6th. It's a 3-1 lead. Ground ball, third base, long throw, in time, and the side is retired. So after 5.5 innings of play, it's the Avengers 3, the Cardinals 1. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. Lineup turns over for the Cardinals. Richie Ashburn is 0 for 2. He's hitting a .193 on the season. Not a good start after 5 weeks. Screwball in there, strike 1. Sam Jackson is 2 and 4 on the season, so he's pitching well. He has not pitched well up to this point. Slow roller, Ashburn's got wheels. The throw from Mackie is not in time. So that's an infield single for Ashburn. I had a feeling when Anthony Mackie did not charge it onto the grass, the infield grass, that he wasn't going to get him. Too much speed. So runner at first. The tying run is at the plate in Fletcher. Comes the pitch. Cut fastball inside corner, strike 1. Fletcher's 0 for 2. And that is a fly ball towards the right center field gap. Racing over is Drax to make the catch for out number 1. Next up is Edgar Martinez, the first baseman, who's also 0 for 2. He struck out, he flied out. Here comes the pitch from Nick Fury. Out in front of the cut fastball, strike 1. Runner leads off first. At the knees, count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Martinez. Pops it up, left side, in foul territory. T'Challa is there, makes the catch for out number 2. So with 2 away, up steps Gary Sheffield. Gary is responsible for the only run on the board for the Cardinals today. He hit a solo home run in his first at-bat. He's 1 for 2. He is the tying run, and he fouls the screwball behind home plate for strike 1. Swing and a miss over the top of the 2-seam fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes to Gary. And it is a shallow fly ball, but Cheadle is there. He makes the catch to retire the side. So 6 innings of baseball have been played at Busch Stadium. It's a 3-1 lead for the Avengers.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Cardinals.
Adam Simber comes in relief. 1-1, 3.78 earned run average. To lead off the top of the 2nd, 7th, check that, 7th, is Mark Ruffalo, who's 1 for 2 with a triple today.
Number 84.
Tried to check his swing, went too far, strike 1. Nasty submarine delivery that Simber has, especially hard on right-handers. Did he check it? Yes, he did, according to the first base umpire. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Ruffalo. Outside, 2-1. And it's a bouncer up the middle, fielded by Francisco Lindor, throws to first, and there's 1 away.
Number 63.
Next up is Hemidall, who's 1 for 2 with an RBI single today. 1 out, bases empty here in the top of the 7th. And it's a fly ball to left. Naquin makes the catch for out number 2. Thank you for joining the stream. Thank you for sticking around. If you can, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Love baseball. Love the Marvel Universe. I also have lots of other video games and different types of things on my playlists. Please check them out. Up next is Dave Bautista. He's 0 for 2. 2 outs in the 7th. Checks his swing, pitches outside, ball 1. Low, 2 balls and no strikes on Dave. Chases the sinking fastball outside. The count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Drax. Again, out in front of the sinking fastball. Count evens to 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases empty. And he strikes him out swinging to retire the side. So get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the 7th inning stretch here at Busch Field, Busch Stadium, if you will. MCU leads 3-1. So, bottom of the 7th, Francisco Lindor steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 2 against Sam Jackson. Comes the pitch. In there, strike 1. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Lindor. Strike 3 called at the knees. Strikeout number 4 for Sam Jackson.
Up next to the Cardinals, the left fielder, Tyler.
I don't know what he was looking at. That was right there. Tyler Naquin steps up with 1 out. He's 0 for 10 in the series. 0 for 2 today. Checks the swing, but it's in there for strike 1. Outside corner. Swing and a miss at the cut fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Yesterday, Chris Hemsworth, the man who plays Thor Odinson, pitched a complete game. Gave up 1 run, struck out 7. It's possible that it could be 2 complete games in a row for the pitching staff. Misses, count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Want to know where that pitch was. He thought it was a strike. But let me not get ahead of myself. That's a deep drive towards right center field. Back goes, he does not make the catch. It 1 hops to the wall. Rounding first and heading to second. It is a 1-out double for Tyler Naquin, his 4th of the season. And ideas of a complete game are basically out the window at this point. So before Newman comes up to the plate, we're going to the manager's office and the bullpen. And I'm going to warm up Paul Bettany, and I'm going to warm up Paul Rudd, Ant-Man. And I'm going to go and have the pitching coach visit the mound to stall for a little bit of time so those 2 relievers can warm up in the background. Next up is Kevin Newman. He's 1 for 2. Runner at second. Newman is the tying run at the plate. Pitch is low, ball 1. Kevin Newman in 5 weeks of the season is hitting .044 with runners in scoring position. I could basically just throw a meatball up there and this guy will miss it. Oh, guess not. Rounding third and heading home is the fielder, but he decides to hold on the strong throw from War Machine. But now the tying runs are on base at first and third. So that 0-44 in scoring position is going to at least go up. Next up is Chris Iannetta, who has a hot bat. He's 1 for 2. He's hitting above 340. And that'll be all for Sam Jackson. Bullpen. Ant-Man will come in to pitch in relief. So he leaves in a winning situation, but he's responsible for the runners on base, which means he can win or lose. Well, no, check that. He can win or get a no decision. He cannot be the losing pitcher. So next up is Paul Rudd. He's pitching in his 13th game. He's 1-0 with a 3.55 earned run average. Fouls off the two-seamer, strike one. Chris Iannetta is hitting .391 with runners in scoring position. And that is a lazy fly ball to right, left, check that. The throw to the plate is up the line. It's an RBI and a sacrifice fly for Iannetta, and the score is now 3-2 Avengers. So Idris really didn't get anything on that throw to the plate. Here's the replay. Deep enough to get the run home, so he did his job. So next up, the number 9 hitter, DH Nick Ahmed, who's 0 for 2. Runner at first, 2 away. Swing and a miss over the 12-6 curveball, strike one. He's going. Throw to second is in time, and the side is retired. He can do this all day, ladies and gentlemen. That's Captain America from behind the plate. Throws a dart. Actually, I think it might have been a bad call. Shh, don't tell anybody. So, we go to the top of the 8th. Who's going to pitch in the bottom of the 8th? Let's see. Righty, lefty, righty. Stanley is tired. You're leaving Stanley alone. Maybe Ed Norton will warm him up just in case. We'll see what happens. So, Anthony Mackie is 2 for 3. It's a 3-2 ball game. Backdoor slider, strike one. Outside, count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Attendance 31,019 here at Busch Stadium. I assume that's not a strikeout. I mean, not a sellout. I'm not really sure. Misses inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. I would imagine that Busch Field can house like 45, 50,000 people. So nobody wants to see the MCU. Ground ball through the left side. It is a base hit for, he cut the check. Cut the check. I think that's hit number 3 of the game for Anthony Mackie. Here's the replay. Just ground ball with eyes through the left side. Next up is Spider-Man. RBI double is 1 for 2. Pitch out, but nothing doing. Mackie was standing still. Holland is batting average up to 390. So he has been impressive in this first 5 or 6 weeks of the season. Yanks it, but pulls it foul. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Holland. Pulls the slider foul. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Spidey. Mackie leads off first. Nobody out here in the top of the 8th. Pitches outside. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Tom Holland. It's a 1-run ball game. Avengers lead 3-2 here in the top of the 8th. And it's a lazy fly ball to right. Sheffield is there. Makes the catch for out number 1. Next up is Tony Stark. He's 0 for 3 today. His average is dipped to 261 on the season. 1 out runner at first. But that 3, 6, 1. No, 3-6-3 double play, and the side is retired. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's a one-run ball game. Avengers lead 3-2. Leading off the bottom of the 8th is Nick Ahmed. He was up there in the bottom of the 7th, but caught stealing, interrupted his at-bat. Fouls off the fastball, 96 on the radar gun, strike one. Paul Rudd is on the mound for his second plate appearance. Curveball fouled off. Count is 0-2 on Ahmed. Just gets a piece of the changeup. Count remains 0-2. Pulls the fastball foul. The at-bat will continue. Out in front of the changeup. Struck him out swinging. There's one away here in the bottom of the 8th. He didn't seem happy.
The center fielder, number 1, Richie Ashburn.
So, up steps Richie Ashburn, and you know what? We're going to go. I really liked WandaVision, so we're going to go to Paul Bettany. In relief is the Vision. 16th appearance out of the bullpen. His record is 1-0 with a 1.86 earned run average. And because of a stupid rule in baseball instituted in 2019, he has to pitch 3 batters, which is stupid, but enough of my editorializing. Line drive, it is in there for a base hit. It's a 1-out single for Ashburn, and the tying run is on base. Ouch. Line drive to left center field. Next up is David Fletcher. He's 0 for 3. Swing and a miss at the fastball. 100 miles an hour on the radar gun. Strike one. Triple digits. Runner leads off first. He's going. Throw is not in time. It is a stolen base from Ashburn. Really no chance for Captain America. So the tying run is in scoring position. A single can tie this ball game. Count is no balls and 2 strikes on Fletcher. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes on the hitter. Slow roller. Charging is Holland. Scoop throws in time, 2 away. The runner moves over to third base. So now the tying run is less than 90 feet away. But they're going to need a hit to get him home. Up steps Edgar Martinez, who's 0 for 3 today. He's 2 for 13 in this series. He does have a home run in the series. Here comes the pitch from Paul Bettany. Deep drive, headed for the foul line. It will curl out of play, strike one. That's a line drive. Back goes War Machine. He makes the running catch to retire the side. Nice play by Don Cheadle to retire the side. We're going to go to the top of the 9th. It's a 1-run ball game. Avengers lead 3-2. So before we go to the plate, Andres Munoz is on the mound for the Cardinals. He's 2-0 with a 4.05 earned run average. And before Captain America or Chris Evans, Steve Rogers steps to the plate. Manager's office, bullpen. We're going to sit down Ed Norton, sit him down, and we're going to get Jeremy Renner, who is the closer, to warm up, and we're going to get him scheduled to put Jeremy Renner or Hawkeye in the ball game to pitch the 9th. So leading off in the top of the 9th is Chris Evans. He's 1 for 3. Late on that fastball, strike one. 102 on the radar gun. Count is 0-1. Oof. Heat. Off the plate, inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Ground ball through the box, up the middle. It is a leadoff single for the Avengers. So Evans is at first base. I think he's 2 for 4 today. Just a not hard hit, but just the right spot. So next up is Chadwick Boseman. Right-hander Nate Jones is warming in the Cardinals bullpen. He's 0 for 3. Late on the fastball, fouls it off. Strike one. Steve Rogers leads off first. Nobody out here in the top of the ninth. High and tight. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Quick throw to first. Ground ball, 4, 6, 3, double play. You have new followers, SportsFan27. Well, thank you, SportsFan27, for following me. I really appreciate it. This is not going to be the last time you see me play baseball. 4, 6, 3, double play. And just like that, there are 2 outs and the bases are empty in the top of the ninth. Thank you for following me. If you have a YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. Up next is War Machine Don Cheadle, who's 0 for 3 today. It's a 3-2 lead for the Avengers as we approach the bottom of the ninth. Still 2 outs here in the top of the ninth. That's a line drive, and Naquin makes the catch. So, last licks for the Cardinals. We go to the bottom of the ninth. It's a 1-run ball game. Can they hold the lead? Can they sweep the series? Let's see. Do you want to change pitchers? Yes, I do. In relief comes Jeremy Renner. He's pitched in 9 games. He's 0-1. He does have 6 saves in 7 attempts, but its ERA is 8.22. He had a couple of innings where he was completely blown up, and that ERA reflects that. In the second inning, Gary Sheffield put them on the board with this, a solo home run off of Nick Fury. I'm sure he'd love to do it again, as he is the tying run at the plate here in the bottom of the ninth. Strike one. Swing and a miss over the top of the slider. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Gary. Flare towards the left field line. It is out of play. So the count remains no balls and 2 strikes on Sheffield. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate. And again, fouls off the fastball. Misses with the slider. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Strike him out. 101 miles an hour on the fastball. And there's 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth.
Now batting, not shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
So next up is Francisco Lindor. He's a switch hitter. He bats from the left side against the righty Hawkeye. He's 0 for 3 today. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. He's hitting 300 on the season. Oh no! It is high. It is deep. Back goes Cheadle at the track. The wall. Looking up. It's gone. And we have ourselves a tie ball game on a solo home run by Francisco Lindor, his 9th of the season. And this ball game is knotted at 3. Here's the replay. Boom! Cheadle back to the track. Makes a leap, but a little too high for him. So, this This is a 3-3 ball game. Tyler Naquin is 1 for 3 with a double. He's 1 for 11 in the series. And it's yet another blown save for Hawkeye. Pitches inside, ball 1. Flares it the other way. Elba is there. He makes the catch for out number 2. With 2 outs, up steps Kevin Newman, who's 2 for 3 with 2 singles today. Misses low with the slider, ball 1. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes. And that's a deep drive. This could end the game. Back goes Cheadle. He jeeps. It's gone. It's a walk-off home run for Kevin Newman. And they steal the 3rd game of this 3-game series. It is a walk-off solo home run in the bottom of the 9th with 2 outs for Kevin Newman as the St. Louis Cardinals win this getaway game 4-3. So, the winning pitcher, I believe, is Andres Munoz, I believe. The losing pitcher, obviously, is Jeremy Renner, Hawkeye, who's now 0-2 on the season. So, here's the replay. Straightaway center. So now the Hollywood Avengers are 23-14 on the season. They won 2 out of 3 on the road at Busch Stadium. They were trying to get this getaway game in order to sweep the series, but as you can see, they were unsuccessful. So the player of the game is, of course, Kevin Newman. Yeah, obviously. So it's Hollywood Avengers lose. St. Louis, 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors. Hollywood Avengers, 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Andres Munoz is the winner. He's 3-0. Jeremy Renner is now 0-2. He takes the loss. And this has been a presentation of Avengers baseball. I would love to win them all, but it's just not possible. Sometimes you win and sometimes you lose, especially if you play a full 162-game schedule. Sometimes you win and sometimes you lose, and in a heartbreaking fashion sometimes. For those of you that are new to the channel, I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video. Please, well, I don't particularly like this video because they lost in walk-off fashion, but you could subscribe to the channel. That would be great. We also have other franchises on this channel, plus other playlists that have nothing to do with baseball. I invite you to check them out. Please do so. So before I sign off, the final here at Busch Stadium, the St. Louis Cardinals win 4-3. Thank you so much for joining me. I am going to show up again. I'm probably going to experiment with a new video game called Days Gone. It seems to be a zombie horror video game. I have no knowledge about it. I'm going to try it for the first time a little later on today. So if you see my name, if you see Shenanigans with RC Robbin, and it says Days Gone, poke your head in, have a look. But until then, thank you so much for spending your time with me on this lazy Sunday afternoon. Have yourself a great evening. Take care.